the next PNP government intends to move Jamaica in the right direction.
Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. Breaking news, guys. Dr. Sophia Longmore, psychiatrist and senator, has hit the campaign trail. For those of you who don't know, Dr. Longmore mentioned Mark Golding and his poor judgment in the Senate a few days ago. She spoke about this image here and actually put it up on the projector in the parliament, and she basically questioned his ability to make good judgment. I think it is brilliant that somebody who's qualified has finally stepped out and spoken about this issue. Guys, you know my position over here. Me not have to go in it, but we clearly saw that there was something wrong. But, sometimes in politics, people want to be a little more conservative, Maybe it's not such a good thing to say this or say that. But look here, when our country is at stake, we have to speak. Dr. Longmore, if you are listening to this, I commend you, I applaud you, and I have high regard for your discipline in the medical field. So Dr. Longmore was speaking to some JLP workers out in St. Thomas. I'm going to let you hear what she had to say. I'm wondering if she's going to be the JLP's campaign manager going into the election, or she's going to be taking this message around the country. Either way, I think the country at large, JLP and PNP and no P, they all need to hear this message. I endorse this message. Dr. Longmore, big up yourself.
Thank you, MP. Thank you, MP Robertson. And I am very, very humbled to be here. Welcome to this workers' meeting. And I know it's a Sunday evening. I know the effort it takes sometimes to get out and be here, but it shows what you're about. MP didn't want to disclose where we're coming from. And Council, thank you for your work. I see the effect and I hear about you. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm one liberal woman. So James took me to Stony Gut, to the birthplace. It was a house and birthplace of Paul Bowman. And let me tell you, not just because of what I spoke of last week, but James thought that it was difficult for me to come to St. Thomas. Me in St. Thomas, since that highway, me there St. Thomas almost every weekend. Let me tell you, what that highway and what that access road has done for Eastern Jamaica. It has never been done in the history of Jamaica. The level of transformation, people are left from Westmoreland, I hear about the highway, to go head out towards Morant Bay, License Beach, the whole of them, Long Bay coming this way. And let me tell you something, the whole of them, Reggae Falls, Cane River, all of them, Bart Fountain. I tell you something there almost every weekend, alright? Yes. Because I don't know that one, I'm going to tell you about that one. Right? But what I'm saying is, it was a sincere honor because I've never, with all of those trips, I always wondered about where Paul Bowman and where Stony Brook was. And now I know. I make the picture thick, I may hear a little story, I may feel glad, and the space have a certain energy. You can feel that is somewhere very significant to Jamaica, not just St. Thomas. So I'm very, very happy to have had that experience. And as workers of the party, I want to just make sure that you guys are grounded because we have a battle coming. We have a battle coming. And what Paul Bogle represented and George William Gordon represented and our heroes, Marcus Garvey, can we recognize what the pardon that was given by Biden yesterday? You know how big that was? That was huge. So it is no coincidence that we are here this evening. And what those souls, may they rest in peace, worked for was to champion the rights of people who don't have a voice. To break down the forces that was seeking to keep you down. We're in a different type of rebellion in 2025. Yes. Recognize we're in a rebellion that is being funneled by misinformation, by twisting of the truth, and by AI, and by people who are hungry for power, so hungry for power, that they are losing sight of their own values. They're losing sight of the very things that our forefathers and us who are here on the ground are fighting for. So you as workers who are out here this Sunday evening, I applaud you. And you know the work that needs to be done. You know the work that needs to do. You know the canvas that needs to do. You know the enumeration that needs to do. You know the voters list that need to update. You know the voters ID them that need to go pick up. It is in your hands, because the prosperity, the progress that has been started by this administration should be materialized fully by this administration. James mentioned one or two things that the Prime Minister brought at the conference. And I spoke of this last week at the Senate. And let me just relate it directly and break it down. During COVID, when most economies around the world crashed, Jamaica's economy climbed. In 2016, when we got the government, the debt to GDP ratio, debt means where we owe, GDP where we earn. The debt to GDP ratio was 150%. That means that we did a payback 50% more on top of the 100% where we earn. So we're in a deficit to almost half the amount that we earn on top of what we earn. Last year, March, the debt to GDP ratio reached 74%. 74%. It went from 150% to 74%. That means, say, if we earn, so before when we earn $100, we had to be paying back $150. Now when we earn $100, we're keeping back $34 for ourselves. And that's it means. And that is why things like this highway, that is why the pension schemes that are coming out, the minimum wage increases, that is why the JUTC subsidies, the water supply that is being, the GCT offer electricity reduction. That is why those things can happen. So let us fight against the misinformation. That is the rebellion that we have to be aware of right now. And let me now get to what? A whole heap up in arms, and Lord of mercy, Dr. Longmore used our psychiatric skills. I'm a psychiatrist. And a psychiatrist, by the way, is a doctor who has gone through medical school. Medical school is 6.5 years. And then, so 5 years and a year after internship. And then you do 4 more years. So it's 11.5 years of training. And me, I do medicine from me was literally 17 years old. It's the only job we know. That's when I started medical school. Politics a couple of years after that. Why I'm saying this is that I know healthcare. I know healthcare. You see this picture that is here? You see my hair so short? This is because I also was a patient. Because I had breast cancer. And I lost all of my hair. And this was when it was growing back. And I'm saying this to say that I know healthcare not just from the giving end of being a doctor, but from the receiving end of being a patient. So I know what people need. And as a psychiatrist, my job, a key responsibility, is looking out and seeing what will cause stress in a people's life. What are the things that motivate and how we can help to improve people's mindset so that they can become their best selves. In the Senate, my responsibility as anybody else in government, like your very good MP here, is to see to the welfare of the people who we are in charge of, who we serve. So when I made a statement in the Parliament, in the Senate on Friday, I was making my State of the Nation presentation, and I presented on many things. Many things. A key thing that I presented on was introducing the other AI, which is ancestral intelligence. Because I believe that is a foundational thing for us who live in a post-colonial society that is affected by broken families over generations. That we must get back to knowing who our ancestors are, where we are coming from, to understand where we are now, and help decide where we will go in the future. Ancestral intelligence. And again, how ironic for Marcus Messiah to be celebrated in the way today that we're celebrating. And it is with that background and the background of my capacity as both a psychiatrist and a senator in the government that I had to look at something that is being presented to the people of Jamaica in a way that I believe is not healthy for the people of Jamaica. When you have the image of a potential leader holding a man in chains, it is not a color thing. It is not a color thing. This is not about color. Out of many, we are one people. But when you have the oppressive look of a man being held in chains by another, my analysis and my question was, as a potential leader, somebody who is wanting to lead my country and the people who we all are seeking to provide for, if somebody come to you with the idea and say, boy, you know, boss, I have this idea, say, you're going to put my man on chain and you're going to, as a leader, you should say, no, no, we cannot do that. If you are in that capacity, if you are seeking to lead this proud country and knowing our history, and somebody comes to you with that idea, you step back and you recognize that the office that you are going for requires you to think about the consequences when other people would not think about it. And that is what I brought on the floor in the Senate. I brought, as a psychiatrist, as a healthcare provider, but also in my responsibility as a senator, I have the ethical responsibility to say, hold on there, I see something not right with that. It is also my responsibility to say, hey, and if this gentleman had an idea of the job that he was applying for and took it seriously, he would also recognize that in his capacity, he should not have done that. He should not have done that. And you know, to go a little bit further now, so this is the weekend after. It is so unfortunate, and this is why I tell you, the rebellion, the fight that we have now is around misinformation, the twisting of the truth. Instead of the persons, the spin doctors around you, stepping back and recognizing, say, boy, leader, you know, say, that wasn't true, you know, that thing wasn't right for the people of Jamaica. What are they doing? They're going to go dig up my personal life. My personal life, and trying in some way to project a sense of racism, which is so very wrong. Which is so very wrong. And the point of them who are around him seeking to do this, rather than humbling on yourself and recognize it was a mistake. A people as proud as we are as Jamaicans. Jamaica, we little but we taller. We punch way above our weight on the global scale. Marcus Garvey is celebrated in the way that he has been. Marcus Garvey influenced Malcolm X, influenced Martin Luther King Jr., Little Jamaica. And I, in my capacity, who sees to the mental wellness of people, must see a danger coming and not warn my people? No. That is my responsibility, not only in the Senate, but also in my capacity as a doctor, as an individual, as a citizen who recognizes that is not right, that image is not right for my child or any other child to say that is the leader of this country. And so that was my point. Not a color thing, not a race thing, because I celebrate. Even in the Senate on my presentation, I brought a presentation on the multicultural beginnings and origins of Jamaica and how much we must celebrate it. And let our young people know their roots, so that when they are confused about who they are, they will be reminded of our struggles and our multifaceted origins. It is not about color. It is about somebody coming to you with an idea as a leader, and you rising above that and recognizing that that idea is not good for the people of Jamaica. And so, let me tell you now, once again, I am very humble, I'm very grateful to have been here. I am so very thankful to you, James, for taking me to Paul Bogle's origins. And I want the spirit of that to be felt throughout this parish. You need to fight for St. Thomas to rise to the ancestral identity that it has in Jamaica. You are strong people from strong roots. And your children must learn that and must live it. Because enough bloodshed in this land, and let it not be in vain. Thank you so much.
Guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you keep it locked here to Jamaica Politics Uncovered, where you get all your political news, breaking news, update, and reviews. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.
The next PNP government intends to move Jamaica in the right direction.